American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
Hi, this is Don McLean. Don't you go anywhere because I'll be on Music Mix USA.
Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray.
I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had a style.
The song was written by two songwriters, Norman Gimbel and Charles Fox. And what they used to do was that they would write songs for singers that they thought were commercial but didn't have the songwriting ability at that moment. And they liked Laurie Lieberman, they liked the way she looked, and they had a relationship with her. And Laurie saw me sing Empty Chairs.
I feel a trembling tingle of a sleepless night. Reach through my fingers and the moon is bright.
And she wrote a poem about it and brought the poem to the songwriters, who then incorporated those ideas into the song, so that the young boy and all that stuff refers to what she saw when I sang that song. And I always was a sort of a young boy for a long, long time. I'm an old geezer now, but that was something that stayed with me for many years until I was really in my early 40s.
Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray.
The song is, just a story of Van Gogh written through the Starry Night painting. So I just used the energy in the painting and the colors in the painting to try to develop a different lyric style, which had a circularity to it, and tell the story of this painter who was so sensitive and so out in the open. Everything about Van Gogh is like right on the table. He's nothing subtle about him, really. Everybody knows him in that sense because he's like the people's artist, in a very real sense. So I didn't know the song would amount to anything. I had no idea how I was going to get it recorded or anything else. Like a lot of things in my life, it's all been luck or kismet or meant to be or whatever. I knew I had to be in a certain place at a certain time, but I didn't really know why.
The most amazing song, and well-deserved all the accolades that you have.
Thank you.
Trust me, it's
well, I'll take them all. I want them all.
There you go.
I want everything they can give me.
It's dry.
The album's been done for probably more than a year, and the record deal fell through, and then the record deal came back on again, and they're really excited about it and putting a lot of money behind it. So I think it'll get a little, action, and it's called Botanical Gardens. It probably will be the last album I do of my own songs, but I'm a singer primarily and do many different things. So I'm sure there'll be other projects, but this I put everything I had into, and it's the story of the late stages of a man's life, walking through these beautiful gardens and seeing young girls and beautiful birds and flowers and everything that represents life and the future, without a great deal of future, left, and dreaming, about falling in love and all that. So many times as we get older, we're kind of told, well, sit on the porch and wait till your time comes, and certainly this thing's going to happen and that thing is going to happen, and rather than being full of enthusiasm. I'm always full of enthusiasm for life, and I've never worked for anybody, so I've never had a boss. So I'm in a very good period in my life right now. I have a great girlfriend. I'm free, to do what I want to do. I'm traveling all over the world. I'm making music and loving doing it, and got this album out. So, I say, if you're retiring, look at that as a chance to do you know, the things that you wanted to do artistically, if that's been something you were interested in. Spiritually, you know, I would say that my influences really have always been, you know, rock and roll and blues people. Not that I'm a blues guy, but I am a rock and roll singer on some level. But because of the freedom and the I don't give a damn attitude, which has always been part of my, I'm not a broke horse, you know, I'm still jumping fences. I never was a broke horse, and I don't take orders from people, and I don't do well with authority. And but I would say I had musical influences, certainly, like folk artists like the Weavers and Josh White, Pete Seeger I was with for a while, learned a great deal about that art form. Of course, the Everly Brothers and Buddy Holly and Elvis Presley always impressed me tremendously, like he did everybody else. And pop singers, you know, Nat King Cole, Sinatra. Learning how to write a really concise lyric, as you find in popular music, which you don't find at all anymore, and also how to, you know, hit the notes and sing the melody, and control a slow song. That's something I really worked on when I was in my early 20s, 20, 21. I would sing very slow ballads and take long walks, and Vincent's, you know, very, very, very slow song.
Can you play a little Vincent?
Starry, starry night. My guitar is a da 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 dee dee dee. It's a pause there. Dee da 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 da. You're always rushing to the next word. One of the things you want to do is enjoy the pauses. Come back when you're ready. There's no rush. None of us are outlaws, you know, because we all collect royalty checks. You know, we're really not, you know, we've been accepted from the very beginning on some level, somewhere. You know, I started making a living when I was 15. I always knew I could get by, you know, playing the guitar and the banjo and singing at festivals and whatever. So none of us are really outlaws, you know. Of course, as you become successful in the music business, the idea of portraying yourself as an outlaw is absurd. You know, because you're just a rich guy who's got assets and song titles and copyrights and all this jazz, you know. But the one thing that we do have in common with an outlaw is that we don't have a safety net. So when I started, my friends all went to college, they went into business and got married and settled down and, you know, basically put themselves in a kind of, you know, they were pillars of the community. And I was a free radical, you know, rambling around. They thought I was a lost soul, you know, but they always did, you know. And then when I became successful, a lot of them came back and, oh, we always knew you were going to do this and that and the other. And I accepted that. That's just human nature. But nonetheless, I still don't really want to fit in. I don't really want to belong to any group. And I'm very happy now with